Hello Sagittarius, welcome to your weekly reading. I am Pisces Intuition. Alright Sagittarius, I started off by taking 2 oracle cards for you. The first one says Supermoon, emotions are running high. And then we got the Dark Night of the Soul. And then the 3 tarot cards that follow are the 4 of Pentacles, the Chariot, and Temperance. Alright, so Sagittarius, it seems like you are really in your feelings. You know, you're really experiencing a lot of anxiety, a lot of high emotions. You know, Dark Night of the Soul card, that's another, phrase used for like doing shadow work, if you're familiar with that phrase. You know, Dark Night of the Soul, just kind of going through, and it doesn't have to be negative. You know, shadow work is not, it kind of has like a negative connotation, that everybody just only perceives it. It's just all about negativity, and, it's just like going through a really dark time, a really bad, negative time, when really, doing shadow work, and doing, having this Dark Night of the Soul is all about a realization. It's all about, learning a balance. Nature is, both, good and bad. I mean, there's, without balance, you have nothing, then something is completely off. If you don't have that balance working, then, you don't feel right. There's, the situation is, something is wrong there. You have to have balance in life, in nature, even within yourself, your soul. So doing shadow work, going through this Dark Night of the Soul, is just kind of saying, it's kind of bringing out, your shadows, your shadow side, bringing out, the kind of darkness that maybe you've been kind of hiding. Maybe it's something you don't like about yourself, or maybe, it's some traumatic situations, from your childhood, or just from your past, the hurt from past relationships, something like that. This energy, this Dark Night of the Soul is calling, for you to address, these energies, to address, these situations. And you don't have to look at it, as negativity. It could have been something that, yes, was very painful, something that hurt you. But, at the end of the day, what did you learn from this situation? This situation, did it make you a better person? What did you learn? Like I said, it doesn't have to be all negative. It's learning, these things about yourself, knowing that you are not just, all, white light, but there's also, this balance, which, happens to be the darkness and the light within you. It's within everybody. So going forward with the tarot, Sagittarius, you have the 4 of Pentacles, which is, hanging on tightly to a situation. You're not ready to give up. In this case, I'm getting the sense that, you kind of have this scarcity mindset. You're hanging on tightly to, all of these emotions, all of this past hurt, all of this past pain, and like I said, you're just really, everything is kind of catching up to you. Emotions are running high. We are, today is the full moon in Aries. Full moons are all about, purging things, letting things go, releasing, to find the new. And with, we are also in Mercury retrograde shadow period. We will go full on. Mercury retrograde will be fully retrograde on October 31st. So, again, that's causing, things from the past to kind of, come up. We're in our emotions, communication is kind of off. So maybe we're, that's what's kind of caused us to go into the Dark Night of the Soul, just, you're just really in your emotions. Things are just kind of running high for you right now. And like I said, you're hanging on to all of this when you should be releasing it. Releasing, letting go, addressing these issues. Now, we have the Chariot, and that's exactly what it's telling you to do is, charge ahead, address these issues, go through this, go through the work that you need to go through. Yes, you're in your emotions, but use those emotions. What are you learning from your emotions? What are these emotions telling you? What are you, getting from them? How is it helping you move forward? And then we have the last card, which is Temperance. Temperance is kind of restoring balance. It's bringing that balance back. You've not necessarily been patient, with your emotions. Like I said, I do think this is something you've been hanging on to for quite some time now. And now all of, these emotions from the situations that you've been hanging on to, from all this hurt, all this pain, everything you've been hanging on to is now surfacing. And it's causing you to take a look, at these situations, at all these emotions that you've tried to bury. So, like I said, dark night of the soul, shadow work, however you want to call it, it's calling you, and saying it's time that, you deal with these things, purge them, release them, move forward, find that balance, let balance be restored. Like I said, shadow work is definitely needed here. That way you can move forward, you can move forward victoriously, and you can move forward into, a go with the flow, very, just very balanced, situation for you. So that way you're not, everything isn't bubbling to the surface, things aren't overflowing. You're not in that scarcity mindset. You're not completely anxious. Let balance be restored. Address these issues, talk it over with, friends, family, however it is that you need to do, to kind of cope, to kind of get through this, talk it over. Like I said, maybe keep a journal, however it is that you need to go through, how, it's going to help you get through this is what you need to do, Sagittarius. So, I hope this helps. Looks like you have a lot of work ahead of you. And like I said, I do see you, though, moving forward, victoriously, getting that balance back. Just make sure you're not constantly burying things. Make sure, you're addressing your emotions, as they come. I mean, it's one thing to always kind of ignore a situation or look past it, but it ends up, burying. When you bury things down, they just kind of fester, and then when things start bubbling up and coming to the surface, that's when emotions are running high and we are anxious and just feeling everything. So, Sagittarius, this is your weekly reading. Like I said, I hope this helps, and I will see you again soon. Thank you for watching, and have a great rest of the week.